With families trying to save money in these tough economic times, many are looking to cut corners when it comes to food. And believe it or not, you can do that when you go to the butcher. Who thought? And here to tell us about that is the terrific Nigella Lawson, the force behind Nigella Express. And you got some terrific tips for us today. This is exciting because I think a lot of people think, I just can't eat steak because I don't have enough money, right?
Well, that's right, and steak is expensive. I mean, it's prime protein. It's always costed a lot. I mean, you've got here, this is like a filet butt, and that really is, that's about $12 to $15 a pound.
Right, so this is sort of high end.
It's high end.
Got it.
Now, the thing about when a steak is this expensive, what you can do is cook it very fast. It needs nothing done to it. Now, these are two different cuts. That's a flank steak,
right,
and that's skirt.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, they don't look quite
as good.
However, the taste, I think, is better.
Are there ways
it's magnificent. What you really need to do, though, I think, is maybe marinate it a bit. Maybe put it with a bit of oil, a bit of soy sauce, maybe spritz of lemon, and leave it like that for a while. That slightly tenderizes the meat, and then it's best cooked slowly. You can grill them, but you do need to tenderize them first.
So that's it's a way to sort of fool yourself into thinking you're eating a more expensive piece of steak.
Well, sure, but as I say, funnily enough, these cheaper cuts are often kind of denigrated. But the flavour is, as all our grandmothers knew, the flavour is better.
Right, and this is nothing new in tough times. People have gone to these
and
cheaper pieces
it's very good. I mean, you can do another thing, which I've done, which is I use a top end. I use, for example, a New York strip, but I make it smaller because there's no need to have, to be honest, an 8-ounce steak.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can. No, I don't know. You say that, but sometimes you carry on eating. You don't really need to withdraw. You don't have to be so excessive. So what I do, I call it a flash fry.
Okay.
Because really, what it is it's a thinner steak, which half the size, therefore half the price, which cooks fast. Because the difficulty is, in a way, you can only save money when you've got one vital ingredient, and that vital ingredient is time.
Right.
On the days you don't have time, you can't get a cheaper cut because it's going to be tough.
Right.
So you have to adapt. And one way I do, which is to make like a white bean mash. So you have, instead of your 8 ounces of steak, get a 5-ounce one. You know, it's fine. And I make a mash. So when you haven't got time to make mashed potatoes.
Right. So you can sort of just fill up on the sides, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, you know, you have such intense flavour, you don't even notice you're having less.
Okay, tell us, so this white bean mash, this is a traditional Nigella Lawson family recipe.
It's a traditional Nigella Lawson recipe just because invented out of laziness. And so I haven't got time or energy to peel the potatoes, to wait 45 minutes for them to cook, to mash them. So I put a bit of oil in a pan. Bit of garlic. I mean, white beans also cost very little.
Okay, very good.
Some lemon zest, just because we're boosting flavour here.
Yep. So this would be sort of a version of mashed potatoes.
Exactly.
Just a different taste.
Exactly.
And is the taste similar at all, or no?
Well, you can tell me at the end. I love it because I like beans. And really, you just have to be a teeny bit patient. I put a bit of salt. It's good to taste first, really, because some beans are saltier than others.
Right.
And you just, for about 5 to 10 minutes, stir. Can you see? All I'm doing is squishing this down.
Right.
And you carry on.
I'm do that.
Really, you can, but don't burn yourself because that's metal.
Okay.
Don't know how used you are to stirring things.
Not very.
You can see it turns into this. If you want it runnier, you can easily just add a teeny bit more oil.
It sort of looks like hummus.
Yeah, same idea. I'm going to taste it to see whether I need to add more salt. I think it's very good. So taste it and tell me what you think when I'm going to get on with the steak.
All right, very good. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's good. You can really taste the lemon zest in there.
Yeah, and that really gives oomph. It's very important, actually, I think, to really maximise on flavour. And that, I mean, it's not very expensive to add a bit of lemon zest.
Right, and again, that's the big thing here, is this is not a very expensive thing to prepare at all.
No, not at all.
White beans are really...
and also, it's a standby, because you can keep them in your cupboards for a long, long time.
Right.
So here's the steak, I mean. So it's, look, I know you're a man, but I know this surely, you wouldn't weep if you saw that. That's not too little for you,
But does it cut down quite a bit? Does it get smaller?
No, because one of the things, of course, about the expensive cuts is that it's all edible. You can see on these cuts here, there's quite a bit of fat, which is what makes the meat tastes good, but it will dissolve on cooking. So and this, as you can see, I've done quite a bit. So
these will have plenty of flavor.
Yeah, they really will. And I like them too fairly undercooked, but obviously this is so much to do with taste.
Yep. And this takes almost no time to prepare, right?
Almost no time. So, because I reckon really a minute and a half aside.
Okay.
So I reckon you can get your supper on the table in 5 minutes. I mean, that seems to me to be
That's pretty quick.
not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I'm just going to show you. Because I like mine still mooing. I'm just going to do this now, and I put it on a plate. And I had the lemon zest, as you know, in the beans earlier.
Right.
To make a little sauce, I add the juice.
Like a little steam, too.
Here, yeah, well, that's how, this is what makes a grated.
Oh, wow.
Nothing fancier than that.
Right.
And here we have it. I'm going to get rid of this somewhere where I don't burn you. And you can, well, I'm going to give you a bit of, let me see. I'll give you a bit of this one.
All right, very good.
You don't feel it impertinent of me to feed you. I know you're not a child.
No, you feel welcome. Feel free. I don't mind. All right, very good. Yeah, it's
So
perfectly
that's,
flavorful.
you know, instant sub, perfectly flavourable. Is that what you say at home? So
yeah,
when
my wife would
when
not
your
like
wife says, "What do I look okay?" Do you say you look fine? You that kind of a man?
You look perfectly fine.
Oh my God!
No, I'm kidding. It's really good. It really is good. So, again, just go to the butcher and say, you know, I can't afford those expensive cuts. What else do you have?
And to be honest, as I say, those cheaper cuts have the best flavour. So you're not having something worse. You're having something better.
Right, flavor because of the fat.
Exactly.
Sounds terrific to me. All right, Nigella Lawson, thanks so much for these tips. There's some good money savers. And of course, the book is Nigella Express, available at bookstores now. Thanks so much, and we'll be right back.